Featured speaker today, and she is a superstar diamond, which means she's a 15-star. She's a two-time elite coach. She has spent 35 months in Success Club as an All-Star 10 legend. She has been coaching since 2015, January of 2015, so about 4 years. And get this, she's in our top 10 coaches who are the Beachbody Challenge submission coaches. That means that a lot of people have been inspired by her and have submitted their program results to our Beachbody Challenge contest, and they have named her as a sponsoring coach. So congratulations to her. I'd like to introduce from Pittsburgh, PA, Ashley Locklin. Yay! Hi, Ashley. Thank you so much for being on the call. And, you know, for a lot of people who don't know you, you've had an incredible year in success, and also you've expanded your beautiful little family. So why don't you introduce yourself, let everybody know how you became a coach, and we'll go from there.
Hey, everyone. So I am someone who has struggled with her weight her entire life because I love to eat and I hate to exercise, right? Perfect Beachbody coach. But that's really what I've built my brand on, and I've been able to connect with so many people who really relate to that struggle. So a few years ago, I saw a friend from high school post about a PIO challenge group she was running, and I thought I could do that workout. There's no jumping. It's not too intense. I'd like to try that. But at the time, my husband and I really didn't have the money to invest in a challenge pack because I was living on a teacher's salary, and we were going through a horrible home experience. Our home flooded. I'll spare you the details for now, but we didn't have the money. So I used money my grandparents gave me for my 30th birthday, even though my husband wanted me to spend it on our bills. I said, no, I need to invest in me. And that was probably the single best decision I've ever made in my entire life. I had amazing results with PIO. I loved the community. I loved Shakeology. And so I started to stalk my coach and her coach friends on social media. Every day I would get on Facebook, I would type in their names, but I wouldn't dare engage with them because I didn't want anyone to know that I was actually watching them. And I kept coming back to these coaches. I was so fascinated by the lives that they had created, the trips they were going on, the freedom that they had, and I wanted that so badly, but I kept talking myself out of it because at the time I was a teacher, I was an instructional coach, things that I always wanted to be. I had all of these fancy degrees. I was back in grad school getting another fancy degree, so I thought, oh, being a Beachbody coach is silly. Until I saw one of those coaches post that she had paid off all her student loan debt with her Beachbody income. Insert the income disclaimer here. But I thought, oh my gosh, maybe I can just do this as a side gig, and any money that I earn, I can just use to pay off my student loans because this is keeping me in shape, you know, for the first time in my life. And so I signed up to be a coach with the sole intention of just doing it as a side hustle. But within 1 week of coaching, I realized that the job I was going to every day that I thought I loved was actually sucking the life out of me. And Beachbody was giving me life. I was a new person. And I realized the potential, how this could truly change my life. So I made that decision to go all in and to not necessarily walk away from all the degrees that I had accrued, but to use them in just a different way and to apply them to Beachbody. And I wasn't the fastest success story, I will tell you that, but consistency and the compound effect have paid off over the last 4 years, and here I am today.
You know, we really underestimate the power of stalking a coach, right? Maybe they should give it another name because it doesn't sound great. Okay, so you could speak on any topic, but you're in the Ultimate Portion Fix group, and I want you to talk about, the title of this whole topic was about elevating your street cred or your coaching credibility. So why don't you talk about why this topic and take us through it?
So in January, right before I had my second baby, I got an email asking me if I would be interested in participating in the Ultimate Portion Fix pilot test group. And I thought, oh my gosh, what a blessing, what a sign, because I'm about to have a baby and I won't be able to exercise. So this is the perfect opportunity to show people what can be done with just nutrition, because I gained a lot during my pregnancy. And I already had confidence in the Portion Fix system, in the containers. 3 years ago, I had my daughter, and after having her, I followed the Portion Fix system with all of our programs, and I lost 75 pounds. So I knew that when I got this invite for Ultimate Portion Fix, that I was going to have great results, that it was going to work, that I had to do this. So I had my baby in January. I watched all of the Ultimate Portion Fix videos in the hospital. I came home and I started implementing what I had learned and relearned. And I had amazing results. And I'm going to share those with you very quickly, just so you can see them. And so this is 30-day results with no exercise. And I will be honest that I wasn't 100% perfect. There were days that I missed some of my green containers, but I still had results and followed the plan as best I could. So my experience with Ultimate Portion Fix and my results gave me such confidence and credibility to share this with so many other people. And I want to talk about that today, how you can use the Ultimate Portion Fix to increase your street cred or your coaching credentials. So Sandy, do you want me to keep going?
Yes, sorry, I was muted, but go ahead, you're doing great.
Okay, perfect. So here's what I did. I have 3 things that I did. I'm going to share those with you. Number 1 is adopt the test group mentality. Go all in, get your own transformation and your own testimony. Another coach, Brittany Leggett, who I greatly admire, was part of the 80-day obsession test group, and she had phenomenal results. And I shared her results, and that is what helped my business grow last year. So I heard her once say, when you are asked to be in a test group, it's an honor, but it's also a great responsibility to the coaching network. You have an obligation to follow that program to get results so that the coaching network can share your results and show people what can be done. So I went into Ultimate Portion Fix test group and I thought, I'm going to get amazing results for the coaching network. I owe it to them. And I did. And as I said, it wasn't perfect, but I got really great results. So I challenge you to go into this with that mentality. Whether you're in a group or you're not, do the Ultimate Portion Fix, commit to it, and get your own results and your own testimony. So maybe you don't have weight to lose, but what other non-scale victories can you be sharing? I truly believe that being a product of the product or being proof the program works is the first and most important vital behavior. And that's the first thing that I teach my team is follow the program and have your own testimony. So what is this doing for you? Is it helping to beat your sugar cravings? Is it helping your family to eat better? Are you making healthier decisions when you go to Chick-fil-A? What is your personal testimony? Because sometimes that story is more powerful than a picture. Make sure that you are documenting and updating your audience and letting them know how you're doing. So maybe go live or in your stories each week, share, hey, here's my progress so far. I'm 1 week in, I'm 2 weeks in, here's what I'm noticing. And make sure you have a before and after photo and testimony. So write down how you're feeling, what you're struggling with now, and then compare that to how you feel in 30 days. And maybe you don't have any change in your before and after photos. But I want you to think of my favorite example, Danielle Natoni. She's a really amazing coach, and she always shares her before and after photos for every program she does, and there is no change whatsoever because she is fit goals. But she shows this is what it's like to maintain a healthy weight, to be consistent. Consistency is my superpower, and sometimes that is more powerful to people than a dramatic weight loss experience. So adopt that mindset of I am going to go in, I'm going to get my own testimony, I'm going to get my own results, and that's going to give me credibility. People are going to then trust me and want to do this right alongside me. Number 2 is do the Master Coach certification. Now, I know that we don't need any special degrees or certifications in order to be successful coaches, but with this, you have the ability to have a really cool title. And to me, I really like that title. It's something you can put in your email signature. I personally use Wise Stamp. It's a free Google plugin that works with Gmail, so you can put that in there. You can put that title in your Instagram bio or in your Facebook profile, and it just gives you that little edge. It lets people know that you are committed to coaching and to helping people and giving them the best experience. It also raises your own confidence with marketing yourself. Oftentimes I see new coaches tell me, I'm really scared to put myself out there because I don't want people to think that I'm unqualified or I feel unqualified. Well, what better way to get qualified quickly than to do this certification, to understand our nutrition program in a deeper way? And that's going to give you so much more confidence and comfort with actually helping your challengers when they have hit a plateau or when they come to you with questions about the containers. Instead of freaking out, you have the training and the tools to answer them and to help them get the best results. So having that title, I think, is really important. It's something that I'm getting and all of my team is getting, and all of my new coaches are signing up with the certification option because I want them to feel really confident and I want them to have those credentials right away. And then lastly, number 3 is add value through your social media by walking the walk. Show your audience what you're actually doing so that they trust you. They see you doing this. And I'm going to share my screen one more time and give you some examples. So add value. This is just, how can you give tips? How can you entertain, inspire, and educate your audience? And again, you don't need any special degrees or you don't need to be an expert, but here's how I do this in a very natural way. So first is I share my meal plan and my groceries every week. And this sounds really ridiculous, but it works. Every Sunday I go grocery shopping. I come home, I lay out all of my groceries on my table, and I go live and I share, here's what I'm having for breakfast, for lunch, here's all my dinners for the week, here's what I bought, here's why I bought this product over that product. So I'm embedding a few little tips in there. I'm giving my audience value for free, tips and meals and ideas. And people love this. It's so silly, but they actually really love it. So you could try doing that. Show meal assembly. So this is great to do in a quick live video or in a story, but put your food in containers and then assemble the meal so that they can see, oh my gosh, it's actually a lot of food and it looks pretty good. This is my favorite one. Be a storyteller, share your story and the lessons learned. And in my opinion, storytelling is the most important tool in our toolbox, and that could be a whole call in itself, so I'm not going to get into it. But here's an example for you. I have a transformation photo here. On the left is me before Beachbody. On the right is me after Beachbody, actually on last year's Success Club trip. And I talk about in this post how on the left, before Beachbody, I distinctly remember that day that I took this photo. Afterwards, I was doing a low-carb diet. I went home and I cheated and ate a bunch of 100-calorie Hostess cupcakes. And I actually gained 11 pounds in that one day. I'm not joking or exaggerating. And I was so defeated because I kept losing 10 pounds and gaining 10 pounds, losing 10 pounds and gaining 10 pounds. And then I just said, you know what? This is how I'm meant to be. I'm just meant to be a bigger girl. The post continues, but I didn't include it here for the sake of time and space. But I go on to say how I have since then found a new lifestyle, a new way of eating where I'm not deprived, I'm not cheating, I can have carbs, and I share what I've learned. So what I do is I try to share specific stories throughout the week and throughout the month that I know my audience is going to relate to. Right now, I'm trying to hit women who, 1, have done low-carb diets and failed, 2, yo-yo diet, 3, tell themselves lies that their body can't change. And then I want to show them what I've done so that they see themselves in my story and they see that they can do it too. That is what builds trust and credibility. That's how they become loyal followers and challengers and coaches, because they then relate to me. And as for lessons learned, I like to take my experience with Portion Fix, with the containers, and frame it in my own context. So I know that it was really designed because of a salad. Somebody was eating, one of Autumn's clients was eating this enormous salad, and Autumn realized that's too much. But I actually don't use the containers to limit myself. Instead, I have a mindset shift and I say, oh my gosh, I have to use these containers to eat so many of the right foods. I have to eat all of these green containers in one day. And so that's how I market it and share it. It's not a way to deprive yourself and limit yourself. It's a way to eat more so you're actually not craving the sugar and crap that you're eating now. So my advice is to figure out what you've learned, how you use it, and frame it in your own context so that people can really relate to that. So share your story, share the lessons that are learned. I do a full day of eating in my Insta stories 1 or 2 times a week, and I will share everything that I eat so that I'm combating objections publicly. People might think that, oh, if I do this nutrition program, it's really strict and I have to eat a lot of bland, boring diet foods, and I want to show them that that is just absolutely not the case. And I show them all of the different foods that I eat in an entire day so that it's a lot and it's fun. And then this, not that. I, as I said, love food, so I will often go on my stories or in a video and say, I'm really craving a Reese's cup right now, but instead I'm gonna make these healthy superfood peanut butter cups. Or I'm really craving pizza, but I'm gonna have cauliflower pizza instead. So I show them that I'm real, that I have cravings, and here's how I'm going to satisfy that craving, but do it in a healthier way. And so I document all that. That's adding value, giving people tips and ideas so that they say, oh, okay, that looks really good. You get to eat that on this. I'll definitely join you. And then lastly, this is just a little bonus I had to throw in there. This is how I edit all of my food photos. It's the app called Foodie, so make sure you download it, because a pet peeve of mine is ugly food photos. Because in my opinion, I watch a lot of Food Network, and they always say that we eat with our eyes first. And I'm not saying that we need to be gourmet chefs or stage all of our photos, but making your food just pop and look more appetizing is going to help you a little bit more. People are going to be more likely to buy into this and want to eat those foods and do this with you if they think, oh wow, that looks really good, I'd like to do that, rather than a really unappetizing salad or piece of fish, which does not photograph well. So that is how I add value on social media to really build that credibility.
That is brilliant. You did not share those with me, and I'm just going, the grocery share is amazing, the meal assembly is amazing, and the food pics, I mean, sometimes people's foods don't look very appetizing, so that's a way to lose weight. But anyway, how is all that working for your credibility as a coach?
So obviously right now, I didn't think that I was going to have as much interest in Ultimate Portion Fix as I'm having. It's insane. So this program is it's turning my business completely over. It's crazy. And my team as well. My team is doing the certification. We're in a thread together. We have all of this momentum, and I'm so excited to see where it's going to take us, throughout the year.
You have come so far from that coach story that I did with you a few years ago. I mean, in 4 years, you have really worked at this business, and you seem so happy about it and enthusiastic. So my last question to you is about how rewarding coaching has been for you. So if you could share some of the personal fulfillment that it has made on your life. Thanks.
Yeah, so physically, remember, I came in with PIO because I didn't like to exercise or jump around, but now I'm a diehard Shaun T fan. So somehow that happened. I got into my best shape, and then I just had this baby, so I'm getting back into my best shape. But then financially, remember, I couldn't afford a challenge pack, and my financial world is in a whole new place. I was able to retire from my teaching job. We just built this home, and everything is different. Every aspect of my life, emotionally, physically, financially, is 100 times better. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity every single day.
And we're so grateful for you. Thank you so much for sharing this. It was fantastic.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So coaches, that's the end of the call. I have a whole bunch of affirmations because I don't even know which one to do. But this one, use your words. The reason why I put that one is because if she doesn't talk about what is going on, what she's doing, the program that she's on, the journey that she's on, the groceries that she buys, the way she assembles things in the containers, if you don't use your words and show the pictures to go with those words, nobody will know what you're hiding, what you're holding on to. So use your words. That's the affirmation for today. Have an incredible time on the cruise, coaches who are sailing today at sea. And if for everyone else, please take some of this advice, go watch this again, and see what she's doing to elevate her coaching credentials. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.